I don't know that the seat in the House of Lords was that odd. It's a bit odder growing up in a castle.
Crowning over 3,000 acres, this castle and the title that comes with it has given the Earl of Devon access to a seat in Parliament for centuries.
These are mostly family members and relatives. I actually don't know who many of them are.
Created nearly 900 years ago, he has perhaps the most hereditary of the hereditary peerages, accessed by birthright. But it's a rule the current Prime Minister has called constitutionally indefensible.
We didn't choose to inherit these titles and these rights to sit in the House of Lords. It's how our country has run itself for centuries.
But you choose to take these seats and
Yeah, choose to take the seat. I think if the seat is there, you have an obligation to serve.
But the world has moved on since the first Earl laid the cornerstone for Powderham Castle. A government bill now aims to abolish his peerage and 91 others, erasing the right previously bestowed to their male heirs to scrutinise legislation in the second chamber.
It's part of our tradition and our culture, and I think in many societies, I spent a lot of time in the United States, they really respect their sort of indigenous tribal cultures. I don't mean to pretend that I'm an indigenous tribal leader, but the Earldom of Devon has been here since Saxon times, championing the people of Devon. You're saying it's indefensible for there to be any hereditary role within our constitutional setup. Fine, that's a legitimate point to take, but then what on earth are we doing with the monarch?
But we should reform Parliament too.
Ending the hereditary principle was a 1997 election promise. 2 years later, a deal was done to allow 92 to remain, with a promised second phase for bigger Lords reform. But that never came.
The real reason why the government wants to get rid of them is because most of them are not members of the Labour Party. So it's a smash and grab raid on the Constitution. Get rid of your opponents and allow the Prime Minister to control who enters the House of Lords.
The government say they are still committed to looking into broader reforms, including a retirement age.
We're not going to play the same games as the Conservative Party played in the last few election times by just keep appointing your own party. We want fairness, and I think it's better to have roughly equal numbers. In this day and age, is it appropriate they're reserved? They're all white men. And I think the time has passed.
This is William, who's actually the 10th Earl of the 5th creation, his cousin.
For the King's speech, the Earl was too late in ordering a robe, but he found a last-minute solution.
I actually discovered this robe in a cupboard the other day.
So the title and this specific robe has been in your family that long?
Yeah.
Perhaps now returned to the cupboard for good, as this anachronistic anomaly in our political system soon comes to an end. Serena Barker-Singh, Sky News.